Right. Oh, let's get it sorted.
Danganronpa.
Oh, that's finished now. My stream. There we go. Back out. After that. How come this is so quiet? There we go. Right, let's continue this then, shall we? We were just about to go in to the fucking rock. Looks like everyone is here.
Huh?
Huh? Is this it? Shouldn't there be more people?
Damn it.
Stop it. You're making me depressed.
Stupid fool!
Making me depressed here. You're making me depressed. So, it is going to happen again. The cruel conflict where we must doubt our friends. but once we're through this, we can go back, right?
That's right.
That Monokuma bastard said so, didn't he? He said this in the last class trial.
Damn it.
But we've been tricked every step of the way. There's no way I can believe that as easily.
Of course
easily.
not.
Why can't you believe it? You guys, believe it. The guy who's making us do this is the one saying it, you know?
You know, right?
That's why I'll definitely survive. If we can really go home after we deal with this class trial,
That's right.
I'll definitely find out who the killer is, no matter what. Even if I have to pull out all of the stops. What the fuck are you doing here? You haven't realized it yet? The feeling I wanting to leave this island, thinking like that is Manakuma's trap, you know?
Huh?
Huh? What are you saying?
Got it?
There's no way Manakuma will end like things here. He's planning something far worse. Oh, what the fuck? I had something. What did I just have? Oh. Who the hell was that? Well, stop trying to jinx us.
I'll beat you up.
Damn right, stupid rabbit should just shut up. Everyone, you mustn't run away from despair. Huh? I have finally realized, after losing my powers, I realized that the causing your powerless or your fate completion. What is she trying to say? Fate accomplishes nothing. The possibility may be small, but as long as there is possibility, you must face it. In order to become someone you can be proud of yourself. So I will fight.
Huh?
What's her deal? I don't really know, but she seems different from before. Maybe she's read a self-help book.
Wait.
But her eyes, she looks so determined.
You.
What can you tell? What can you tell just by looking at those button eyes? Anyway, make sure you turn off minimers. I'll be annoying if he starts talking. Oh, Minimaru talking during the class trial. Fine.
But still.
Somehow I understand that Manami is saying, I think. Anyway, let's get going to the last class trial.
Yep.
You're right. We need to find as much as we can. No matter what hopeless truth awaits us in the end. Here we go. This is the end. I kept saying those words to myself over and over within my mind. I entered Manakuma's rock.
Yeah.
This elevator ride still be the last time for this too, right? I hope so.
Well?
Let's worry about things. Let's worry about things after we finished.
You are right.
More importantly, we must focus on the class trial before us.
Damn it.
The killer emerges to kill someone like Nagato. There's no way this is going to go smoothly. I mean, I still can't believe one of us was able to do that. Nagato was problematic in many ways, but he was also a vulnerable asset during the trials. Yeah, you're right there. In fact, during the funhouse ordeal, we were completely dependent on him. But even if he's gone, the one who survived needs to stand and fight. We must fight. And then the door slowly opened, a bright light greeting us. And that is the light of hope, or the light of despair.
Well now.
Well then, now that chatterbox Nagato is gone, there's the only 6 of you left.
Shut the hell up!
Enough! Just fucking stop there already.
Hey!
Hey, this is it, right? This is really the last class trial, right?
Yep.
Yep, it sure is. So, you gotta show me some enthusiasm and make sure you give it all your all.
All right.
Didn't I tell you? He said it. This is the end. Now then, let's get this trial started.
Viva killing!
This is the last class trial. Let's show some enthusiasm and kill each other. This is the 5th class trial. According to Manakuma, this is also the last class trial. That curtain is about to rise. Nagato Kodama, the ultimate lucky student. When I first met him, I thought he was a nice guy. He came across as very sociable. But his true nature held such deepened through process that was nothing like his outward approaches. But I just raised my camera so low. Shit. Ah! Oh well, let's stay there now. He said he believed in hope more than anything else. He said yearning for powerful hope that can overcome any despair. As he said he would even help despair just to prove that hope was never lost to despair. And he said he said he'd become a stepping stone for hope. His way of thinking was completely screwed up. But there were also times he saved us too. Someone like him was killed. That was the end of him. And I have no idea at all who did it, but there's no way we can end this without knowing. We will be consumed by despair. That's why we absolutely have to find out. The person who finished off Nagato. The killer who murdered Nagato. Is in order to return from the despair alive, we need to reach the truth. And if Manakuma says this is really the last class trial, that's all for more reason we need to do this. And so, this life-threatening trial, bellowing with hope and despair, the last one has begun.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it. If you vote correctly, then only I'll punish everyone Oh my, Monami? My cute little sister? You're awfully quiet. What's happened to you? You've ascended the ladder of adulthood and reached the moon? Because you're a rabbit? Chesto!
Oh.
One more time! Jeez! How about this one? This will be my final blow! It's useless.
Please stop! I feel bad for Monomi.
You're right. Now's not the time for me to horse around with Monami. The class trial has started, after all. The victim this time is Nagito, who is attempting to reveal the traitor for everyone's sake. Who in the world killed him? I'm so curious.
If he was killed for trying to reveal the traitor, that traitor is obviously the killer. They were trying to shut Nagito up.
No, that might not be it.
Huh? Are you trying to protect the traitor? They didn't call out when we were in danger. Wait. Don't tell me you're the traitor.
Don't say something so stupid! There's no way in hell I'm the traitor!
Now that's more like it. Why don't you guys hurry and start arguing already?
The traitor and the killer who murdered Nagito is here, right? Are they the same person? Or... Oh, shit. Right, what do we have here? Torture, wounds, knives, duct tape, Marakuma, Marakuma, Marakuma.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Why is this fucking far forward again? Well, this is going to be a tough one.
The killer didn't tape
So we've got
Nagito's
duct
mouth
tape,
to shut him up.
Marakuma plushies,
I'm telling you, they were
Marakuma
torturing him.
panels, oil
The reason
lighter,
Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
Marakuma account.
It's because the
torture
killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find out by torturing him? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
Torture wounds, several knife wounds. What? Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No. No, the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place? No, they weren't.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
No. Oh shit, no. I thought it was because of the spear.
Crap!
Was it not because of the spear?
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up.
Oil lighter,
I'm telling you,
Marakuma
they were
account,
torturing him.
torture wounds,
The reason
several
Nagito's body
knife,
was covered with wounds.
survival knife.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Nope, okay, cool. That's not it either. Oh, this is gonna be a long one. This is gonna be a long one.
Crap! The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to find? Definitely the bomb's hiding place. If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence. There's no way I'd torture someone.
That's gonna be another fucking tough one, motherfucker. No, were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place? No, he was... Right, it's gotta be something to do with the oil lighter then.
Nagito's mouth. I'm telling you, they were...
The reason Nagito's
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
No, okay.
Crap!
So they didn't
tape
torture him.
Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
No, that's not right. Okay.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's
Survival
mouth to
knife.
shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing
tin.
him.
The
Manakuma
reason Nagito's
plushies,
body was covered with
Manakuma
wounds.
panels, oil lighter.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
Well, he didn't torture him, or did he?
Crap! The killer didn't tape Nagito. I'm telling you, they were...
The reason Nagito's
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he would... What were they trying to find? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
Was it?
If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence.
Oh, this is
There's no way I'd torture
This is
someone.
a tough one. I don't understand. Why did the killer have to torture Nagito? Yeah, because of the bombs. Apparently it was because of the bombs. But then apparently it's not because... No, where the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torturing in the first place? That makes no sense. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. So that makes no sense.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him
Oh
up.
shit, I didn't want to do that.
I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
Torture
The reason
wounds.
Nagito's body was covered...
It's because the killer tortured Nagito. Crap! The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were...
The reason Nagito's body...
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was so beat up. What were they trying to... Definitely the bomb's... If so...
It's because
is
it
whoever
wasn't
found
that. It's because of the knife.
I found it. There's no way I'd torture someone.
The killer
Was it
didn't
this-
tape... I'm telling you, they were...
The reason Nagito's body...
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
What? That's not right either. What?
Crap! The killer didn't tape Nagito. I'm telling you, they were...
The reason Nagito's body...
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
So that's why he was... What were they trying to find out? Definitely the bomb's hiding place.
Do I have to take this? I guess not.
If so, the suspect is whoever found the bomb first.
That was Fuyuhiko.
I found it by coincidence.
I don't get this one.
There's no way I'd torture someone.
I don't get this one. The things don't match up. I don't understand. Right, why did the killer have to torture Nagito? No, were the wounds on Nagito's body really caused by torture in the first place?
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
The reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
Was it panels?
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
It's not the panels. Were the panels tipped over and caused the fire?
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth. I'm telling you, they were.
The reason Nagito's
It's because the killer.
So that's why he. What were they trying to find out by definitely the bomb's hiding place? If so,
Is whoever found the bomb first! Damn it!
We will never give up!
Right. So it's another one that's just tricky. Torture wounds, knife survival, duct tape, Madakuma's panels, Madakuma's plushies, oil lighter, and Madakuma's account, and torture wounds.
The killer didn't tape Nagito's mouth to shut him up. I'm telling you, they were torturing him.
the reason Nagito's body was covered with wounds.
It's because the killer tortured Nagito.
No, that's wrong!
This is so stupid.
But Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape, so he wouldn't have been able to confess anything. If he was being tortured for information, they wouldn't have taped his mouth like that.
I'm prepared.
Again.
I just realized it. It's a trap.
Trap?
Stupid Hajime. You got caught in that trap.
Stupid. Okay.
Like you said, if Nagito's mouth was, you'd obviously assume he couldn't, but that was the trap. They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention, this is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him,
Oh shit.
Damn it!
like you said,
Alright, so we got
Nagito's mouth, you'd obviously assume he couldn't talk, right? But that was the
survival
trap.
knife.
They wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention, this is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
No, that's alright. I'm just having a fucking laugh now.
Pay attention, this is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut. Whew, that was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap. Pay attention, this is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
No, he's tied, didn't he?
Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
Alright, that's not alright either.
Pay attention, this is how it went down.
Survival knife.
First, the killer tortured and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
No, it can't have duct taped his
Crap.
mouth shut.
Pay attention, this is how it went down. First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location.
Survival knife.
Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut. Whew, that was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap. Pay attention, this is how it went down.
No, it's Madakuma's.
First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut.
I was able to cut. I wasn't cut. Okay.
Pay
so-
attention. This is how it went down. First, and got information. Then, after they duct
Let me
taped
just
his-
read it again at the end.
Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
I didn't want to retreat. Are you
Damn it.
fucking cunt?
Like you said, it obviously is, but that was the trap. He wanted to hide the fact that he got interrogated.
But if you tape his mouth shut, how is he supposed to answer anything?
Pay attention. This is how it... First, the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him, they duct taped his mouth shut. Whew, that was close, you guys. Thanks to me, you guys didn't get caught in the trap.
The tape in Nagito's mouth after getting information from him. True. That sounds reasonable. But that clearly contradicts the truth. If he had listened to me until the very end, I wouldn't have to go through the trouble of repeating myself.
Pay attention. This is how it went down.
Repeating
First,
myself.
the killer tortured Nagito and got information about the bomb's location. Then, after they killed him,
Allow me to cut through those words! No, there's no doubt Nagito's mouth was covered with duct tape before he was beat up.
what did you say?
Who cares about the duct tape? We might as well settle this with rock, paper, scissors.
We don't need to play a game. It's clear the duct tape was on his mouth before the torture even began.
Why do you always side with Hajime? Do you have a crush on him or something?
Are you elementary at school or something?
You were with us when I peeled the duct tape off Nagito's mouth, right? The blood on Nagito's face wasn't under the duct tape, remember?
The blood on his face came from his arm wounds. Which means the duct tape was on his face before his arms were even wounded.
And the duct tape had a lot of crinkles around his mouth. He must have been struggling to open his mouth under the duct tape.
Perhaps the duct tape was used so we wouldn't be able to scream. Then it's like I said at the beginning. The tape wasn't for torture. It was to keep his mouth shut.
However, if they wanted to seal his mouth, they did not need to hurt him with such ferocity.
They probably had a deep grudge against Nagito.
Then, are you saying the killer was trying to make him suffer?
If so, it's friggin' crazy. Did they go psycho or something?
No, they didn't just go crazy. Whoever did this must be one crafty bastard. If not, they wouldn't have taken the time to set fire to the crime scene and destroy all the evidence.
The warehouse fire was for destroying evidence?
We can't think of any other reason.
I wonder if he committed suicide.
But who could have done that?
Because, like you said, the way this has turned out is exactly like the first one, and you know.
When the fire occurred, everyone in this room
'Cause
was
Sakura
gathered in
killed
front of the
herself.
warehouse.
Yeah. And right after I opened the warehouse door, the flames started burning from the very back.
I wonder if he did kill himself then. Because nobody was there. Well, Fuyako was there, but he ain't got that fucking kind of thing in him.
Which means, it is plausible to think that nobody here set the fire.
The killer isn't one of us. But that's not the case, huh? I mean, it's wishful thinking.
Even if it was only a coincidence, the timing was just too perfect.
Based on the pattern up until now, we should suspect that some kind of setup was used for this.
Some kind of setup? Like what?
I do not know that, but that has been the pattern before.
That's our Miss Sonia. You have such an amazingly high intellect. Alrighty then. Let's think about this based on what Miss Sonia thinks. Is that okay, Miss Sonia?
Damn right it is!
The reason for the fire, huh? That's right, we need to clear that up first. But that's because of the plushies against the door. The panels, I know that.
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Oh, what? Oh, did I put plushies or panels?
The direct cause of the fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
Oh, no, it was the panels that... Alright, okay.
The direct cause of the oil lighter found at...
The killer used some kind of setup and lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that, it can stand upright while...
If they tipped over the lighter in some way, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Or perhaps opening the door, intense wind pressure to tip over the lighter.
What kind of setup, what kind of setup started the fire so it could be? It's the
The
panels.
direct cause of the fire, the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some and lit the curtain on fire.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that, it can stand upright.
If they tipped over the light, it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
No, okay. Shit. Oh, fuck off.
We will never give up!
Okay, we never give up. I know, come on. Well, no, it tipped over. The lighter started fire with rope.
The direct cause of the fire was
Survival knife,
the oil
duct
lighter
tape,
found at the crime scene,
Monokuma
right?
plushie, Monokuma panels.
The killer used some kind of setup and lit the curtain on fire with the lighter.
Oil lighter.
Some kind
Torture
of setup?
wound.
Did they use the oil as an improvised fuse?
No, it's not that either. Look, they tipped over the panel. That
The
here that
direct
caused
cause
the
of
lighter.
fire was the oil lighter found at the crime scene, right?
The killer used some kind of setup and lit the curtain on fire with the light.
Some kind of setup?
Did they use the oil as an
They probably just threw the lighter.
Based on the shape of that oil light, it can stand upright while the...
If they tipped over the lighter, and it could have ignited the curtain.
Some way?
Maybe they used invisible thread.
There should have been a way to tip it over with sound waves.
Or perhaps opening the door caused
Oh,
intense wind pressure to tip over the lighter.
because they caused the
The
panels
direct cause
fault.
of the
Right,
oil
yeah.
lighter found at
The killer used some and lit the curtain on fire.
some kind of setup.
Did they use the oil?
They probably just based on the shape. It can stand up
If they tipped over, it could have ignited.
some way. Maybe they used invisible.
There should have been a way to.
Or perhaps opening the door.
I agree with that. I also agree that opening the door is what started the fire.
Just as I thought, it was the wind pressure. A dust devil blown here from glorious Japan.
No, not wind pressure. They probably used the Monokuma panels. A huge number of tipped-over Monokuma panels were found at the crime scene, right? It looked like they were scattered everywhere, but some were laying on top of each other in a single line. Just a single line leading from the warehouse door to the fire's origin.
Does that mean anything?
The killer probably arranged those Monokuma panels to create a domino effect.
A domino effect. You mean those tiles kids play with by lining them up and tipping them over?
In place of those tiles, the killer used the Monokuma panels. So when we opened the warehouse door, the first panel toppled into the second, and from there, they fell like dominoes until they reached the lighter at the end.
But wouldn't it be obvious that those big panels were falling over?
That's probably why they turned off the lights in the warehouse, so we wouldn't notice them.
So the reason the warehouse was dark was to hide the domino effect.
And one more thing. There was something else the killer did to hide the domino effect, right?
Oh, it was the music, wasn't it? Wasn't it the music?
I see!
You're talking about the MP3 player. That hymn blaring throughout the warehouse masked the sound of the falling panels.
That's it. So the strange sound was actually the sound of the panels falling.
But those sounds weren't the only strange thing, right? Looking back on it, it was also strange when we opened the door to the warehouse.
There was it. Oh yeah, it sounded like a gun went off.
Ah, so the door was being blocked by a Monokuma panel.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And that's how the warehouse caught on fire. At least, that's how it looks.
You don't look so sure.
At the time, Akane mentioned that she could barely open the door.
Because the panel was blocking it, right?
But the blocked doorway, there wasn't enough space for a person to fit through, right?
Is that a problem?
It's a major problem. I mean, that door was the only entrance to the warehouse.
If the door was the only one to the warehouse, I see. So it's probably Chiaki's talking about we couldn't take any merch. They couldn't hide inside. We couldn't see inside. The killer couldn't have left.
I see!
Oh, he did, didn't he? He killed himself.
If the panel was so close to the door that it could barely be opened,
And that's the only way in and out.
the killer inside the warehouse wouldn't be able to leave, right?
Now that you mention it.
Does that mean they were hiding inside?
Who? We were all outside the warehouse,
Yeah, we were all
you
out
know.
there.
Based on the patterns up until now, I believe some kind of setup was used.
You don't have to think so hard. There's actually only one person who could have possibly done this.
One, huh?
You don't mean...
Yeah. But if that's true, this murder,
Hajime? What do you mean?
the person who set up the domino effect inside the warehouse, the only person that could have done that.
This is my answer.
He killed himself. Oh, why?
What if it was Nagito?
Why'd you bring him up? He's the victim, you know.
He wasn't just the victim.
Huh?
Not just the victim? What does that mean?
He was the victim. And he was the perpetrator, too. Maybe.
Are you saying this was a suicide? Don't be stupid. His body was covered in torture wounds. Or did you already forget?
Yeah.
Are you saying those were all
He did it himself.
self-inflicted?
If you think about it, now I'm thinking about it, right? He did it himself. Because the hand he has, the hand that has no blood in it, he could have had the knife in his hand. Hence why he was oh my god.
But Nagito might do something like that, don't you think?
That's not the issue. He was tied up, remember? Even for a creep like Nagito, it'd be impossible for him to tie up his own arms and legs.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, as long as you understand.
It seems we need to discuss how Nagito was able to tie himself up.
Need to discuss? That's not necessary at all. No matter how much you think about it, it's clearly impossible.
Like he said, it seems impossible if you think about it, but I feel like I'm overlooking something. This is where either the knife or the burnt rope is going to come in.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
If our assumption that Nagato committed suicide is correct, Nagato should have tied himself too. That's right.
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be...
You couldn't do much with the free...
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
Right, so
to actually tie up your own arms and legs.
Nagato plushie.
That's obviously impossible!
Highlight the torture
Tying
wounds.
just the legs is one
It's the
thing,
burnt
but
rope, innit?
tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with...
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your...
Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
I don't get it. I don't get it. He didn't use himself though. Is that okay? That's okay, right?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs.
Survival knife.
That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would...
You couldn't do much with...
It'd be impossible!
How about if you use your teeth? Or if you use your front tail?
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
None of that makes sense to me, see?
To actually tie up
Duct
your
tape.
own arms and legs.
Monochrome plushie.
That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
Highlighter.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
No, no, no highlighter. What? I don't understand. Wait, is he talking about the Monokuma plushie? Because they can move, right?
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be...
You couldn't do much with...
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
No, it's not that. Oh my fucking god, why is this the hardest one?
Crap!
To actually tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
No, okay.
To actually...
Right, so it's kind of... Burnt rope. The rope that was tied to Nagato's right arm off. However, Nagato's right sleeve. Right arm off. However, Nagato's right sleeve still clean. Survival knife. Torture wound. Both Nagato legs were, yeah, lots of stab wounds. Survivor knife. Survivor knife that was stabbed in Nagato's right hand. The knife in front of the military base is safe to assume that the wounds on Nagato's legs were left arm and left arm were caused by Nagito's knife. Right, no, that won't be it.
Tie up your own arms and legs. That's obviously impossible!
Tying just the legs is one thing, but tying both arms would be impossible.
Unless...
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible if you were by yourself.
How about if you use your teeth?
Or if you use your...
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
To actually tie
Unless
up your
you
own
use
arms
the-
and legs. That's
Is the gun
obviously
spear on here?
impossible.
Tying just the legs is one
No,
thing,
it's not.
but tying both arms would be...
You couldn't do much with the free arm.
It'd be impossible.
How about if you use... Or if you use your...
Dirty joke! Is that a dirty joke?
To actually tie up your own arms.
No, that's wrong!
I know it's something to do with the burnt rope.
Hold on a sec. Isn't that premise flawed?
What? I mean, it's no mistake that his arms and legs were...
No, it shouldn't have been both of his arms. The rope on his right arm was completely burnt up. Based on that, you can't say he was tied up.
That was just burned by the fire. He should have been tied up before then.
It burned because of the fire. Like you said, it might look like that. But that was part of the trap. There's concrete evidence that proves it.
To prove that the burn... his right sleeve?
I see! Take a close look at his right sleeve. Even though the rope was burnt up, his sleeve wasn't burned at all. Wouldn't you agree? A burn like this, no matter how you think about it, is unnatural.
And this looks a lot tighter than the other one is.
That rope was burned in advance so it would look like it was burned in the fire.
Then Nagito's right arm wasn't tied up, right? He was able to move it freely, right?
Yeah, that should be the case.
Hajime, that's awesome! I'll let you cop a feel if you want.
Akane, you should not give it away for free. Make sure they pay you first.
That's definitely wrong.
Fine. I just gotta get a Benjamin from him before I let him touch me, right?
That's not what I meant. I'm talking about Nagito. I mean, even if his right hand wasn't tied up, the knife was still stabbed into it, you know?
It's impossible to stab a knife into your right hand with your right hand.
Hajime, you tricked me! Give me back that Benjamin!
Not only did she try to charge me, now she wants money back? What the heck?
Hold on. There should be a way.
Then hurry up and spill it!
If it's something lame, I'll make you give back the Benjamin with 10,000% interest!
A weight stab his hand. It's okay. This definitely is the answer to this. Is it gonna be the fucking... Right, it's his right hand, isn't it? Total boot, survival knife. Is this a survival knife, isn't it?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand can even reach his right hand.
Oh yeah, his hand was tied up though. No, because he could have used his left hand to stab his right hand. Or his left hand to stab his right hand. If Nagito only used his right hand to stab himself in the palm, when did he do it?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
There.
If he threw the knife and let the knife, could he stab his hand that way? Is he a throwing knife expert? Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
No, okay.
Even if Nagito's... How could he stab his...
If he threw the knife and let the knife, could he stab his hand? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped and slammed his right...
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife,
He could have used his bound left hand.
No.
Even if Nagito's... How could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
if he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow
Plushy, blood on...
and slammed his right hand, propped it onto... If he just propped, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Right, yeah, he could have used the spear thing to do it, right?
Even if Nagito's... How could he stab his...
If he threw the knife and let the knife, could he stab his hand? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped and slammed his right, propped it on... If he just propped, he could have used his...
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily.
Fuck a duck.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free,
Blood on the...
how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
Great, that's fucking why
If
I've
he
set
threw
it
the
on.
knife into the air
Torture
and let the
wound,
knife fall,
burnt rope,
could he stab his hand that way?
survival knife,
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Monokuma plushie,
Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his...
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily.
Fuck off. This is the most annoying one because it doesn't make sense. This is going to be a fucking tough one, this is. This is going to be a tough one.
We will never give up!
Lyra torture...
Even if Nagito's... How could he stab his right hand?
If he threw the knife and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily.
Oh,
we don't
alright,
know if
is
his
his
left hand can even
is-
reach his right hand.
Is it left hand? Yeah.
Even if Nagito's... How could he stab his...
If he threw the knife and let the knife, could he stab his hand?
Is he a throwing knife?
Maybe he propped and slammed his right, propped it on... If he just propped, he could have used his...
Bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand can even reach his right hand. Even if Nagito's right... How could he stab his...
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
Used
he stab
bound
his hand
left
that way?
hand.
Is he a throwing knife?
maybe he propped the knife somehow?
Fucking hell, man. But the problem is, what did he propped it with?
It's wrong?
It looks like it wasn't it. I should try... No, right, so is this...
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife
That makes
expert?
sense.
Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife,
Wait!
he could have used his
I
bound
wonder
left
if he's put it on
hand.
top of the blood
If
grater.
you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
He put it on the grater at the top and let it fall
Even
on
if
him.
Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
No, fucking hell, I
could
missed
he
it
stab
again.
his hand that way?
I know where it is, I know where it is, I know where it is.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped and slammed his right, propped it on. If he just propped, he could have used his...
If you're tied up, we don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
That's why the blood is on
Even
the
if
grater
Nagito's-
for.
How could he stab his...
If he threw the knife into and let the knife fall,
Oh, fuck's sake, I thought I had it then. Just as I thought, the knife fell into his hand, stabbing him.
It's wrong?
That doesn't sound right to me. Oh, okay. I should think again.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
That's not it either.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free,
It's definitely something to do with the blood
If he
grater.
threw the knife and let the knife fall,
Blood
could he
on the
stab his
grater.
hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife.
Time out again. Fuck off. This has been the tough
We will
one.
never give up!
This has been the toughest one. This is definitely suicide, and he's made this fucking complicated, fucking Nagito.
even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow? And slammed his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
But his left hand wasn't fucking tight. This is where he had the knife in his left hand. He had the knife in his left hand, and he went, he went like that, and he went, that. But he can't have, because he was tied up. But he's tied up. So he would have been able to stay the knife in his what? He would steady the knife if he had it in his right hand, correct? I do not believe that is correct.
Damn it!
Oh, fuck's sake.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
So I can't do
And
anything with
slammed
that.
his right hand down on it?
Propped it onto...
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
And it won't bend that easily. No. Oh, this is a tough one. Hey, how's it going, buddy? How's it going? I'm fucking stuck.
Even if Nagito's
got
right hand was free,
Almost an
how could he
hour-ish
stab his right
to
hand
finish
with his
this.
right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
Right. He had his right hand. He had his left hand, right? His left. That hand had the knife in it, right? And that's what he hit, and he stabbed himself with that. But why isn't this the prop? The bullet. This should be the bullet because he had it with his left hand and he stabbed it. But then how is he tied up?
I'm doing okay. Well, still a little anxious about suspecting my parents are getting a divorce.
Do you need a hint? I would love a hint. I'm doing okay. Still a little anxious about suspecting my parents as getting a divorce. I mean, there's nothing you can do. If it does happen, hopefully your parents will be fine about it. And, you know, hopefully it's not going to go bad, in other words. But if your parents are thinking of that, Wait, what part are you? Why isn't it coming up? That's weird. I'm on the part where they realize that Nagato. I'll show you now.
Did he stab his hand that way?
This bit.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
They're trying to discuss
he propped
how
the
could he
knife
how could he
somehow?
have stabbed his left hand. Thanks, man.
And slammed
That was
his
really
right hand
sweet.
down on
No
it?
problem, buddy.
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife, he could have used his bound left hand.
Like
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend that
I think I
easily.
know what's happened. You know, I think
We don't know
Nagato's
if his left
actually
hand
killed
could even
himself.
reach his right hand.
But now they're discussing how could he have done it with his other hand or something like that. It was. If Nagato could only use his right hand to stab himself in the palm, then how did he do it?
Hello.
Oh, that's weird.
I'm doing okay. Well, still a little anxious about suspecting my parents are getting a divorce. Do you need a hint? Wait, what part are you on? Thanks, man, that's really sweet. I think you're gonna shit what Fuyuko says.
You got to shit what Fuyako says. Shoot.
I'm shot.
Right, so Fuyako said he can't bend his arm that way. That's what he
Even
says,
if
right?
Nagito's right hand, how could he stab his right?
If he threw the knife and let the knife, could he stab his hand? Is he a throwing knife? Maybe he propped the knife and slammed his right.
What did he say?
If he just propped, he could have used his belt.
If you're tied up, your arms won't bend
Bend
that easily.
Right,
We don't know if
okay.
his left hand could even reach his right hand.
Right, okay. So, what bullets do I have?
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his
Oil
right
lighter.
hand with his right hand?
Torture
If
wounds.
he threw the knife into the air and let the
Burnt
knife
rope?
fall,
I wonder if I shoot
could he
the...
stab his hand that way?
No, because I already done with the burnt rope.
Is he a throwing knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it.
Propped it onto what?
If he just propped the knife,
And this is the
he could
blood
have used his bound
grid.
left hand.
But I'm not sure. Sorry if it's wrong.
I'll try it.
Your arms won't bend that easily.
It's not that one either. This is a tough one because I don't understand. Like, Well, clearly he moved his hand and he went like that to his other hand, then gone back to that position. Unless it wasn't, because there's blood on the grater up the top. Unless that came down. No, wait, it won't be the grater up the top. I wonder if that's where he planted the spear up the top to stab him with. Wait, let me think. Okay, bud. I don't think anybody's killed Nagato here. I think Nagato's done it himself. I think he killed himself. But I don't think he meant to kill himself. His left hand wasn't completely tied up, so he wasn't able to move it. That's also true of both his legs. It's, unless it's the burnt rope again.
Wait, what does Akane and Sonya say?
What does Akane and Sonya say? I'll look now. Okay, so
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
let the knife fall.
could he stab his hand that way?
And could he stab his hand that way?
Is he a throwing knife expert?
And did he throw a knife expert?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow and slammed his right hand down on it.
Propped it onto what?
If he
And then
just
Sonya
propped the
says
knife, he could have used his bound left
you
hand.
can use his bounded left
If you're
hand.
tied up, your arms won't bend that easily. We don't know if his left hand could even reach his right hand.
And I got 16 seconds. How could he have used a bonded left hand? Bounded, whatever. Yeah, how could he have used it? Maybe shoot the second thing Sonia says. Shoot it with what? What bullet? I got about an hour to try and finish this. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to like just call it here, and hopefully I'll do it on the Saturday night as a one-off thing. What bullets do you have?
What bullets do you have?
Right, I might die. I'll try and think. Right, I think I had Marakuma's plushies, panels, burnt rope, survival knife, duct tape, and the blood on the grid. The grid at the top, the guard, whatever it's called. I think those are the 5 bullets out of 6 bullets overall, aren't I? What was the other one? Marakuma file? Wait, the Marakuma plushie on Chiaki says.
Plushie on what Kayaki says.
The plushie, right, okay.
Even if Nagito's right hand was free, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife and let the knife fall, could he stab his hand that way? Is he?
No, time's up. No, I thought I could have made it in time. I should have shot the fucking things. Right, hopefully that's right. I'll just skip for this. I want to get to the bit. I'm guessing there's like a half time in this. I want to get to the half time and save it again. I was late coming on because I was helping my sister. She's moving out, see.
Even if Nagito's right hand, how could he stab his right hand with his right hand?
If he threw the knife into the air and let the knife fall,
plushie.
Could he stab his hand that?
Is he a throwing knife?
Maybe he propped the knife somehow?
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Nami.
The life-sized Monokuma plushie. He must have used that to prop the knife.
Makes sense. That's why there was a big hole in the plushie's stomach.
Really? That was it?
He inserted the knife handle into that hole to prop it up. Then he slammed his hand onto it.
I almost forgot the part low.
I almost forgot that part.
If that's it,
that's a weird way of doing it.
He had to place the plushie near him, and it also explains the mysterious blood on the plushie.
Ah, right.
So the blood on the plushie came from Nagito after he stabbed the knife into his own right hand.
I see. So that's the trick.
But for a moment, I seriously thought Monokuma died or something.
A bleeding plushie is super scary. It's got the same fear factor as a doll whose hair grows too long.
After stabbing his hand, he no longer needed the plushie, so he cast it off toward the fire's origin point.
He probably thought the fire would incinerate it and destroy the evidence.
So what do you think now, Fuyuhiko?
I get what you're saying about the wound on his right hand, but there's still one huge problem. The spear. Basically, you're saying Nagito committed suicide by impaling himself with a spear, right? If you think about the order, getting killed by the spear should have been the last thing to happen to Nagito. If that's true, how is that possible? He can't grab a spear with his right hand if a knife is stabbed into it and his left hand was all tied up.
Then he probably took the spear first, and as he endured the pain, he stabbed the knife into his right hand.
There is a limit to his constitution. If you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that.
Like I said, if you got penetrated by something so big and thick, you would die instantly.
This case is complicated as fuck. Just saying.
This face is constipated as fuck. I know. I'm trying to figure out how he did it because I'm 100% sure he's killed himself. I got what Kaz actually said then. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Say it one more time. I need you recorded.
Hey, bastard, you better cut it out!
Like she said, in that condition, it's very difficult to stab yourself with a spear. It'd be hard to use a spear with a knife stab into your right hand, while your left hand is tied up.
The only thing I think of, he's so he must have been like this, right? Stabbed it with his left hand, and then like this, and then the wire has a gap in it, so he must have had it on his hand like
So
this.
you're saying it's impossible?
And then gone like that. Chucked it up and left it go, so it wrapped around the thing.
But no matter what I think,
The
I
grid.
can't believe Nagito's death was caused by someone else.
I also agree with that.
Yeah, some fucker. I know, he needs to just go and do something in his fucking room and just get that out of his system or something. Just get it out of his system. Because I don't think he's had one for a
To
while.
think that one of us could kill someone with such cruelty. I could never believe that.
You say you can't believe it? You just don't want to believe it, right? But that's why you keep getting betrayed over and over again, right? Same goes for this time, too.
You just shut your mouth. It's against the rules to interfere with everyone. If you even think about doing anything, I have a plan of my own.
Monome's sassing me!
But it's just as Monokuma said. We've been betrayed over and over again so far, so... This might also be the same. Calling this a suicide takes too much for granted, and it's too convenient.
Then are you saying there is a killer among us, Kazuichi?
That reminds me, I told my boyfriend about the stalking. He said that he'll tell his teacher.
Good. Good. That's a good thing to do. It's a good thing, the best thing to do. Oh, by the way, I just want to say that you mentioned that Mother band.
Of course, that doesn't include.
I've heard one of their songs before. Isn't there one of their songs, Mommy, I got a gun, no, my daddy's got a gun, he's got a gun, yeah, my daddy's got a gun, you better run. Isn't that... You have? Yes. I heard one of them. Isn't that the song? My daddy's got a gun, the daddy's got a gun, you better run, or something like that it is. Yeah, they did that song. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the only one I've heard. That's the only one I've heard.
As Kazuichi said, it's
there you go,
true
I've
we've
heard
been
their band.
constantly betrayed. But even if I'm betrayed again, I still want to believe in everyone.
Holy shit, nice. I think I only heard that on TikTok though, that's the only thing.
No matter how many times I may be betrayed, I still want to believe
I'll
in
give them.
everyone.
I'll listen to some more of the songs.
I also want to believe that there's no killer, but suicide is unimaginable.
Do you really think so?
But you said it too. It'd be impossible for him to stab himself with a spear in his condition.
I did say difficult, but I never said impossible.
Huh?
I feel that there's
Some of their songs
some
are
way he could
popular
have
on
stabbed
TikTok
himself with that spear.
That's the only one I know.
What kind of way?
I don't know.
You don't know.
It's impossible to figure out by myself. So let's think about it together. That's how. We made it this far up till now.
Everyone working together.
She's right. We've made this through several ordeals up till now. By doing that, then even now,
Alright, let's do this.
there's another argument. Right, okay. It's definitely the grid, if it's still there. It's not. So it's got to be his left hand then, isn't it?
How did Nagito stab himself with a spear? Let's work together and think
It's
this
his left
through.
hand. It's his left hand.
When the spear stabbed Nagito, his right hand was covered by the knife, right?
He was
Right.
only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand. If that's the case, the only other way is...
He used his teeth? Or maybe he used his front tail. I know guys have tails that get hard when they're grabbed.
What are you saying?
The blushing Miss Sonia is freaking awesome!
His tail. You're telling me he used his cock to do it? Right, I think I gotta shoot when she mentioned left hand.
Let's work together and think this through. When the spear stabbed Nug, his right hand was cut.
He was only able to move his left hand.
But his left hand was also tied up.
Then that rules out his left hand.
Wrong.
No, that's wrong.
I recommend the song "Vibrating Body of Birmingham Pile" by Mother Mother. Front
Hold on.
talk. Front
It's
talk.
still too early to
okay.
dismiss the
I'll
possibility
listen to
that
them.
he used his left hand.
Why? I mean, his left hand was tied up, you know?
But there was something off about his left hand. The bloodstain on the palm of his hand. Don't you think it looked somewhat strange? He only had blood on the lower area of his palm.
When the blood splattered, that's as far as it reached, right?
That settles the description of that bloodstain.
Oh, damn it,
But it's
keyboard.
not the
I
only
meant tail,
unnatural
not
bloodstain.
Front tail, not talk. Alright.
Look, there's blood on the back of his hand, around the middle joints of his fingers.
Like you said, it looks like an unnatural bloodstain, but what's wrong with that?
We might need to think and use our imaginations for a bit. If there's blood on his palm and the back of his hand, what was his left hand doing as the blood splattered?
Gripping. The back of his hand was exposed, hiding a weapon. He was gripping. He gripped the thing.
When the blood splattered, he was probably gripping with his left hand. That's why there's such a strange-looking bloodstain on his palm and the back of his hand.
Was he grabbing his front tail?
Perish the thought! He was obviously grabbing the spear.
Now that you mention it, compared to the rest of his body, the wounds on his left arm are pretty mild. He probably made his wounds mild on purpose, so he could keep his strength while he
My
gripped the
boyfriend has a
spear.
big front tail. I need to stop with these dirty jokes. Give me therapy, skull.
But even if he held the spear with his tied up left hand, it'd be impossible for him to stab himself.
Is that right? That's the.
Hey,
Is that the
Chiaki,
problem?
what do you think? Hey, don't tell me you're getting sleepy.
At times like this, you should always strike from a good angle. Just like fixing an old TV.
Oh, I got it. Maybe.
Really?
Yeah, like I thought. It's no mistake that Nagito was gripping the spear. I think. However, what's important is what section of the spear he was gripping.
The section of the it was the cord.
I see!
That's it. Instead of the handle, Nagito must have been holding on to the cord. There was a metal weight at the tip of the cord, but there were bloodstains on that part too. Plus, the joint between the weight and the cord had a bloodstain shaped like it was cut off by something.
Isn't the size of that cut-off section about the same size as a human fist?
Ah, you're right. So this is the part Nagito was gripping. And then the blood that was supposed to end up here ended up getting on Nagito's left hand.
But why is it so important to know which part of the spear he was gripping?
You're not gonna say he gripped the tip of the cord, swung the spear around, and stabbed himself, right?
That is where the clue to solve this mystery resides. Right, Chiaki? I am sorry. Of course this mystery will not be solved that easily.
Nagito was gripping the cord extending from the butt of the butt of the spear with his self hand.
Archie, are you done?
He's thick as shit. Kazachi is thick as shit. But from there, how would he stab himself in the stomach with the spear?
It seems we are stuck.
At a time like this, how about we stick to the plan to think one step at a time instead of expecting the answers all at once?
That's a long plan name.
One step at a time.
Let's focus on the spear first. Namely, where it was and how it was positioned just before it impaled Nagito.
Have his wife shoes underwear. Heidi looks like a pink swimsuit.
I have Kazachi's underwear. It looks like a fucking
How
swimsuit.
it was positioned.
He's a fucking weird guy, isn't he? He looked cool in the beginning, but now he's just a fucking weird pervert. Nagito was facing up, and the spear was stabbing through the stomach. If so, just before that, that's it. Could it be the state of the spear and the fact that Nagito was holding the tip of the cord attached? If I pulled it together about it, I should be able to figure it out. where the spear was and what state it was in before it stabbed Nagito. Am I going to deep dive? Logic dive? Oh no. Oh, alright, I thought this was deep dive. He was good a character, and he started at this. Yeah. He just became a big fucking simp for Sonya, didn't he? Just because she's a princess. Oh shit! Okay, is it going to be the first question? Yeah. Where was the spear just before it impaled Nagito? Above Nagito, Nagito's left hand, or under Nagito? Above Nagito. Oh yeah! Whoa, what is that thing? I think front tail.
I was wrong.
I think I've solved this. I think I've solved this. I think he's killed himself. Beside the spear, what else was above Nagito? The ceiling grid. Yeah, ceiling grid. The ceiling grid. Gritter, whatever it's called. Gritter. He threw it up and then he must have like. He dodged the COVID virus. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Yeah. Dore. There we go. Jump. And jump. Alright, last question. What item connects both the spear and the ceiling grid? The rope Nagito's left hand, the rope Nagito's right hand, or the spear's cord? What item connect both the spear and the ceiling grid? The cord? Was it the cord? It wasn't in his hand. Oh wait, was it the burnt rope? I think it might have been the burnt. Oh well, no, I was right. It was a spear. Pass off, COVID. Damn, that's 100%.
It's all coming together.
It's all coming together.
The spear impaled Nagito as he was laying face up. It must have been perpendicular to him just before that.
You little smartass. Thank you.
Perpendicular? In the middle of the air?
If Nagito did that all by himself, did he have some sort of ESP?
That'd be awesome, but he probably used the ceiling girder directly above him.
Nagito probably slung the cord over the ceiling girder, and using that as a support, he hoisted the spear directly above him. And if Nagito let go of the cord, the spear would have fallen and impaled him while he was laying face up.
Yep.
I noticed a slight red streak on the ceiling girder. It probably got smeared there during the setup.
The blood on the cord probably rubbed off on the ceiling girder as the spear was falling. So, how about it? Using this method, Nagito could have impaled himself with the spear.
Are you serious? He really committed suicide? Like that?
He probably chose that spear so he could commit suicide like that. If someone else did this, there's no reason they'd go to all this trouble just to kill someone with a spear.
Actually, how would Nagato make it fly? Because actually, you're not so smart guy.
I agree. When I was investigating this case, I kept thinking over and over how strange it was. Why did the killer use the knife and the spear so differently?
So you're saying he needed to use that spear to pull off his trick?
Then, this is for real? He really committed suicide? Every single wound on his body. That was all him?
Not just that. He did all that while he was gripping the spear? That spear should not have stabbed Nagito until the very end. Which means Nagito wounded himself while he was gripping that spear, right?
Did he put the duct tape on his mouth, too?
He probably covered his own mouth so we wouldn't hear him screaming in pain.
It is sad.
Did he need to go that far? That's beyond crazy. Why would he do that to himself?
He was
Unless...
probably trying to get us to make a mistake.
Was Nagato the traitor and he found out who it was? And because he lost his memory, he was actually the traitor all along? No.
What do you mean? He was always crazy, dumbass.
He was always crazy. He was crazy. Was he the traitor? And when he found out he was the traitor...
By committing a suicide that looked like a murder, he was trying to steer us toward the wrong answer. His goal was to get us all executed.
And that's why he stabbed himself over and over again?
Did he want us to die that bad?
That's messed up. That's seriously so messed up.
Yeah, that's our Nagito.
Jeez. And I was starting to feel like a little sympathetic towards him. How stupid of me. I completely underestimated his capacity for malice. A mind-boggling malice that threatens us even after he died. That's the form his malice took. I had forgotten all about until now.
Harkin said that's how Nagito like it was his son.
It did sound like he was a son, didn't he? If he was here now, he'd probably be sneering at me.
However, there is one thing I still do not understand. He said he would reveal the traitor, right? Whatever became of that?
He was probably planning to kill the traitor along with the rest of us.
So why did he not just do that in the first place? If he had no qualms with killing everyone, he did not have to cause a bomb scare to reveal the traitor.
I bet the bomb scare was part of the strategy behind this trick. He made us split up and search for a bomb so none of us would have an alibi. He created a scenario where any of us could have killed him.
He tried to make us doubt each other. And tried to hide the truth behind his suicide.
Did he cause a bomb scare for that reason alone?
He's a fucking bastard who killed himself for his delusions of grandeur. It's not that unthinkable.
You are right, I suppose.
Yeah. It appears we've come to a conclusion. The bastard Nagito committed suicide. It was all done by him so we'd be executed.
That should be okay, right? Right?
What? You're not satisfied yet?
No, I agree that Nagito killed himself, but I feel like there's something that doesn't make sense. It's probably just my imagination.
Why were Rico so mad?
I don't know. Why was he so mad? Why? I mean, I sort of understand what she's talking about, but I don't think it's mistaken to assume that Nagito committed suicide, but why do I feel so uneasy about it? Is it because we didn't know who the traitor is,
So
or...
what are you gonna do? Is it okay to proceed with the voting time?
He was in love with Nagito.
He was in love with Nagito.
What do you think, Akane?
Well, there's no doubt Nagito's death was a suicide. Oh well, I guess my gut is wrong sometimes.
You are right. It is not as though we can draw any other conclusion.
Then it's okay to end it here, huh? That means we're done with this last class trial and we can leave this island, right? It's okay to reach such a happy ending, right?
Then it's okay? It's okay to say, you've decided on the killer?
Yeah, something doesn't add up.
Understood. Then voting time.
No.
No, hold on a sec.
Something doesn't add up.
Hold on. Why?
Sorry, just a little more. I want you guys to wait just a little more. I can't help but feel like there's still something we overlooked.
Like who the traitor is?
But the issue here is who killed Nagito, right? Even if we identify the traitor, the conclusion won't change.
That's true, but...
The mystery isn't just about who the traitor is. No matter how you look at it, Nagito's death is a suicide. But I'm a little worried, you know? I'm worried about starting the voting time while there's still a mystery.
Hey, what do you mean it's not about who the traitor is? What kind of mystery is left?
There's just one thing that doesn't make sense, and it relates to Nagito's death. Plus, it's something even Nagito couldn't influence. He couldn't even tamper with the evidence for it.
Yeah, because he's how though? Like he's the most he was the most lucky student. His ultimate was the lucky something related to death. And something is even he couldn't have messed with.
You're gonna keep going? Here I thought we were finally finished.
Who do I think the traitor is? Oh shit, I didn't something related to Naga's death. A piece of evidence that even he couldn't have missed. A piece of evidence?
Crap!
No, it wasn't. Okay. Something related to Naga's death, a piece of evidence that even he couldn't have missed. Is evidence?
Crap!
That's not right, though. I might have to ask for the answer now. A piece of evidence he couldn't have missed.
A hint or straight up answer.
Give me the straight up answer. 'Cause I as much as I want to learn it for myself, it's Was it this?
Crap!
Straight up answer. I think it's the
I think it's the lighter. BJT, I'm not sure.
Crap!
Nope, not the lighter. Shit. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Even he could have missed. What could you miss? Never mind, sorry. It's okay, don't worry about it, don't worry. Monokuma, well, no, it was that. The diary that Mona me updated every day. Or did she? According to Monokuma. Is it this one? Wait, what was the question? Something that related to Nagato's death. A piece of evidence that even he couldn't have messed with. He couldn't have messed with. The rope?
Crap!
Oh no, I think I'm dead. No, I got quite a lot of it. He couldn't have messed with.
What does the file say?
What does the file say? I clicked on the file, I'm pretty sure. This contains the Hope's Peak Academy student profile for all 16 students participating in the school trip. Due to the fact that Monokuma forged the traitor's profile, looking at this won't help identify the traitors. Was it this?
Crap!
No. Something that he couldn't have messed with.
What about the Monokuma file?
I see!
Ah, thank you. Thank you very much. As we say
Is
in
it
Welsh,
about
diolch
the
yn fawr.
Monokuma file?
Yeah, that's it.
Huh? There was something suspicious in the Monokuma file?
The video the body was discovered, yeah. A suspicious part of Monokuma file that she actually is worried about is... What is it? What is hidden in the Monokuma file?
Very sus.
Oh fuck, I don't even know. Is it time of death? No, I can't. There's something of the Yes, please. It's because I'm Russian. Cause of death. Oh, right, I got you. Let's see. Thank you very much. I'm gonna have to rush now. I just want to get to the bit where it's like it goes like half time kind of thing. See, fuck, so many. I'm gonna die. That's so many. Oh my god. Yeah, that's fine. Now I know where it is. Thank you. I'm trying to rush it until I get to the second bit, and then Saturday, then I'll do the rest. Come on, come on. I know Nagato was killed. Did he kill himself?
Give up.
Okay. C. No C's. I see no C's. C. Oh god. Oh fuck off! I just get. S. Oh, fuck off. E. O. Oh, of course there won't be. That's the only D. This is... I'm panicking now. Right, F. E. A. I need A, and A is just gone. A. T. Fucking hell, that was tough. Jesus Christ, cause of death.
In this particular case's Monokuma file, there's no specific cause of death.
The only thing that Spear stabbed... Not only is there a spear scar, there are multiple stab wounds on each of his thighs. Therefore, lacerations left arm and knife impaled through the right hand.
Isn't that weird? Until now, the files always specified the cause of death.
But the cause of death is obvious, is it not? The spear in Nagito's stomach. It is obvious just by looking at it that it was a cause of death.
No, it wasn't.
Maybe it's not included if it's not important enough to write about.
I don't think it was. I think he cut his hand and he bled to death. Hence why he lost consciousness.
Well, Monokuma?
I plead the fifth! There he goes again! I'm so appalled that I have nothing to say.
But even during Gundam's case, and before during Mikan's case, the thing he purposely omitted from the Monokuma file was always the most important mystery in the case.
Are you saying that applies this time too?
Hold on a sec. Then, are you saying there's more to Nagito's death? Are you suggesting, again, that his death wasn't a suicide?
You guys were the ones who said it was a suicide in the first place.
No, I don't think it's a mistake to call Nagito's death a suicide, but it's not just a suicide. Come to think of it, did Nagito really commit suicide just to get us all killed?
Are you sticking up for him?
That's not what I meant. I mean it in a bad sense.
Bad sense?
I just remembered that his malice always defied our expectations. And that concerns me.
No shit, this is good. Yeah, he loves... this is why I love Nagito. He makes things so fucking complicated.
For example, would that malice just end here?
Huh?
Did Nagito's malice drive him to risk his life for a truth we'd reach this easily? I mean, this is Nagito we're talking about, you know?
How interesting! You sure do believe in Nagito, huh? Because you believe in his malice, you continue to suspect his malice. I see. I guess that's what passes for friendship these days.
What friendship?
What should we do, you guys? Should we proceed with the vote? I think we should keep going until everyone is satisfied. Even if it's just to be safe.
You're right. We only get one chance to vote after all.
Just to be safe, huh? Guess I have no choice. If that's the case, I'll do my best to go along with it.
This is friggin' annoying, but if you guys say you're doing it, there's no way I'm gonna back out.
Hey, Monokuma! You heard us. The voting's gonna have to wait!
We've come this far. Let's work hard till the very end. If we work together, everything should be alright. That's what I believe.
Shut up.
Can we all just have F you for Kazachi in the chat? F you, Kazachi.
Splendid. You guys are so splendid right now. That's right. If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you.
If all your hopes are united, no despair can shake you. Huh. I love Kazachi. I like Kazachi. Now that I think about it, Nagito said the same thing. The absolute hope that can overcome any despair. He said he was yearning for that. Then the situation we're in might be the thing that Nagito wanted all along. No, never mind. I'm probably overthinking it. Right, there we go. Right, suspended. Ay, 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 ay. Goodest timing. Wait, I'm not.
No.
Wait, can I not save it? I can't save it. Okay, I'm gonna save it here because I gotta go and do some stuff. So, yeah, right. I'll do it on a Saturday and Saturday night, hopefully. I'll do a roughly at the same time as before, like 7 o'clock ish. So, yeah. That's okay then. So, sorry, this is going to be another short-ish stream. I would have done it on night, but I got stuff to do. I got stuff packing because I'll be moving soon. So, and I want to record some videos because I won't be having internet for like a week or two. So, yeah. Right, let me save it so I don't forget.
No, it's okay. We understand.
Thank you, bud. Alright, let's save it there. I think that's it. Right, hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow at 7 PM for the last class trial. So Monokuma says. But yeah, catch you guys then. Ta-da!